Hey students, welcome to my house. So today, this video lecture is just going to be a brief overview of kind of what to expect coming up in lecture, as well as a little bit about labs too. This is going to be both for my Biology 108 intro, as well as the Environmental Studies ENVS 130. So there might be a little bit of overlap information, but for the most part, this was kind of just getting used to kind of our new style of teaching here. So the first thing I want to do is just show you guys around a little bit, since you're going to be seeing this scene a lot for the rest of the semester. So, just take you a quick view. Um, we have kind of our bicycle situation in here. Uh, this is a painting my buddy from college did. My girlfriend is not a big fan of it in our house, but comment what you think, I suppose. And then the room you guys will probably be seeing most of the time is our living room. Here is my part of my plant collection, botany professor, so I guess I have a lot of these. Also, just to give you a close-up look of my infamous banana plant that I know I mentioned quite a bit here. It's getting pretty big. Probably need to repot that soon, but looks like we'll probably have some time to repot those things. And then, our little side rack here. This will be where we're going to start our garden plants. The other thing I've been working on since we've been in isolation is our bread making. I have a sourdough starter starting right up here. Um, needs to kind of was getting pretty gooey. That's good. We are getting some good fermentation with it. So hopefully we'll get some good bread later on in the semester. So the other thing I really want to kind of highlight, though, for you guys is a couple things about the course and how it's going to go. The first big things to think about is what you guys should expect from me with this new kind of course changes coming down the line. The first thing I want to make sure is that I'm going to provide the quickest communication as I can. So if you send me an email or get in touch with me in any way, I'm going to try to respond to them within the hour. Obviously, it's late at night. I'll probably be asleep, and on the weekends, might take me a bit more time. But I'm going to really try to ramp up my communication and get back to you guys as soon as I can. The other big thing to expect from me is my availability. I'm going to try to do my best to make sure I'm always available to talk to you if you need help with anything as we go forward in our classes. This is going to include things like Zoom. I have a Zoom account set up. It's a video conferencing service that we can use to have more or less in-person communication and talk to each other over video conference with. And I encourage you all to look into Zoom, because I think a lot of professors on campus talking to them are going to be using it. And it's a really excellent web-based application. Next, if you guys need to chat with me, I'm more than happy to through Canvas or things like that, whether it be in our conference tabs or the chat tab in Canvas. Just a FYI with the chat tab that there are visible, all those chats are visible to everyone in the class. So you might want to watch out for, what you say if it's something about your grades or something you want to keep confidential. The chat program won't be a great place to have that. Traditionally, too, email. Feel free to email me. My email isn't going to change. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And those things. So please send those emails, especially if you want me to look over a writing assignment or any of your lab assignments or whatnot. And then finally, I did put my personal cell phone number on the syllabus, and that's just if you guys need to call me, that's the best way to talk to me right away. Or even if you want to text me, that's fine too. So please know that's a resource there. The one thing I ask, though, for all the communication is make sure you put down what class you are and who you are. I have quite a few of you, because I'm teaching all introductory courses this semester, and it helps me keep track of what class you're asking me for, because many of you are in multiple classes of mine, as well as it allows me to respond quicker instead of having to look up what assignment and everything on Canvas and kind of track that down. Includes you in lab sections too. Make sure you know what time that lab would have started, and I can get back to you. The other big thing you can kind of reasonably assume for me is a lot of flexibility. A lot of things are going to be changing. There's going to be a couple updates at the end of this video lecture that I want to emphasize as well. And so I want to make sure that I'm flexible with you guys. I know you guys have a lot going on in your own lives, and you're juggling these classes and also a lot of personal situations now. And so please, so I'm going to try to do my best as I can to be flexible with you guys. So, and that goes back to communication. If there's something that you need from me, please let me know and I can respond to that. The other big thing I want to talk about is what I'm going to need from you guys as students. The big thing is I want to make sure everybody keeps up to date. If I send out an email, please make sure to read them and read them carefully too. You might even want to keep notes going about what's going on in the course. Again, as we struggle to figure out how to make everything work the best, there's going to be changes. So please make sure to keep up to date, read those emails. I'm going to also try to include only up-to-date syllabi on Canvas. Currently, you'll see 2 syllabi on there right now. One is our course syllabus that we had at the beginning of the semester, which I'm leaving up, as well as one that says COVID-19 syllabi. The COVID-19 syllabi will be the most up-to-date one. Anytime I change the syllabus, I'll send those out to you. And the changes will mainly be in scheduling and when things are due. But just know that the syllabus on Canvas is going to always be the most up-to-date syllabus to follow. The other big ask I have for you guys is to be on top of your reading and also watching these video lectures. A lot of the course is going to be reading now. And so many of the textbook publishers have made our course books free. So you can use that link I sent on Monday to make an account with your Manchester email and download and get access to the books. They're going to be very important to read. So if you've been lacking on reading, now's the time to really dig back in and start reading again. Because I'm going to try to have minimal video lectures if possible, because frankly, no one wants to sit around and watch me on YouTube all day. And then finally, the other big ask I have of you guys, and our last big ask I have is please, communicate with me when you need to. Whether that's sending me drafts of things you want me to review, as well as the teaching assistants. They're available, they're still working, and they can help you as well. But again, I want you guys to make sure you're telling me who you are and what class section I'm into. That is going to be a really big help for me. And then finally, when it comes to communication too, please don't be afraid to let me know what your needs are for this class. I want to make sure that you're understanding the learning objectives, as well as that there's something I can change, even if it's a little small thing that I can do. Please let me know, because I have a lot of flexibility in how we're doing this class, and I want to make it a good experience for everybody in the end. Next, I want to talk about what this class is and what this isn't. This class is kind of an extension of what we have been doing all semester, but in a large part, it's not going to be the same class, and it's also not going to be just kind of a regular online class that you would expect. Because we're having to juggle a lot of moving parts and making sure everything works at the last minute, there might be a lot of things that might connect well and might not connect well. And so essentially you should expect a hybrid kind of what the lecture was, with a lot of more online elements and more activities and kind of doing things on your own. So it's going to be important to really regiment yourself and make a schedule. Instead of going to class, those are going to be hours that you're going to spend working on class, as well as in addition to the normal study time that you should be putting into these classes as is. And so those are kind of the big outlines and things I really wanted to talk to you guys about. So the big take home is be flexible with me. I'm going to be flexible with you, and if there's something you need from me, please ask. There's a variety of ways to get in communication with me. Just let me know what works best for you, and I can try to meet those needs. The few course notes that I have kind of upcoming is that I should be posting the Canvas quiz, if not already by the time you read this. And that first Canvas quiz, I moved it up. And what that is just essentially a quiz talking about what the course is going to be like. I want to make sure everybody's on the same page. So you'll need to take that quiz. You can take it as many times as you need to, but you need to get 100% on it. So that I know that you've read the new syllabus as well as watched this introductory lecture. And then lastly, a few course updates because things are changing very rapidly. Is the exams, as I've said in the past, will actually not be in a lockdown browser. You'll use a normal browser, and the exams will also be open notes. With that said, that means the exams are going to be, the questions will be much more challenging, and there will still be a time limit on them. So it's not something you can just go into with the book and expect to do well on. You're going to need to study and prepare yourself before it in order for you to quickly go through the questions and write down kind of thoughtful responses to a lot of the questions. And lastly, the big thing I want to emphasize too is that the conference function might not work as I had initially been led to believe. So that's where we're going to do our class chats in. In case we get on there tomorrow when we have our first class chats and they don't work, what we will do is we'll use what's it's called a chat function in Canvas, and there will be another Canvas page in our course page that has that chat function on there. So just like you would see conference, instead of going to conference, you go to chat. So those are the two big changes with the exams being open note and not in a lockdown browser, as well as that chat function being a primary thing. So that's all my quick notes. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep all these video lectures under 15 minutes. We're coming up on 13. But please let me know what you need, and we'll all get through this together. So let's try to be flexible and work with each other the most we can. So, all right, I hope everybody's well and in good places. And if you need, like I said, please let me know how we can address these things. So, all right, take it easy, and I look forward to chatting with everybody on Wednesday.